Yizzo, good morning, good morning, good morning. Ah, what a beautiful day. I am a happy guy. I am a very happy guy. I've been looking forward to this day for a long time. I have. I don't think we're going to get many people today because I think people are assuming this is an addiction and recovery show. I didn't plan it to be, but let's just see how it turns out. We might have 30 fucking people the whole show. Who knows? Right now we have 21, so you might not even have that much. Of course, if I titled this Tony Pizza, I'm going to kill you or something like that, then, I'd have fucking 159 people right now, but it's all good. I know how it works. I understand. Let's see. Thank you, Peter Brown. I appreciate that, bro. Yes, sir. War, what's up, my man? Thank you, BB from VA. Michael Hensley, we love you more. Thank you, Prelude Implicit. Appreciate you, bro. And thank you, Jamie P. Yeah, we're good, man. No complaints. Joey Knuckles, $5. Congratulations, FBS. You saved your own life, made a family, and literally created an online community. You're the man. Thank you, Joey Knuckles. Thank you. I believe I did. Thank you. That's awesome, bro. I appreciate that message. Thanks, Sally. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you, War. Same to you, bro. Same to you. Thank you, Miss Can't Be Wrong. You are the best, the absolute best. Thank you, Soto. FGF Productions, my man, my brother. Happy 6 years clean and sober. You're a success story of what can happen when you change your life from addiction to success. You have been a great friend and role model for me and my addiction issues. Well, thank you, Frank. That means a lot to me, more than you could ever imagine. And you are... you're an inspiration to me, my friend. I have all the respect in the world for you, for the type of man and father that you are. So I love you, bro. Now let me just do some regular shout outs here. Miss Can't Be Wrong, Sally, War, Soto, FGF, Ronan456, Joey Knuckles, Jamie P, Prelude Implicit, Michael Hensley, BB from VA, Peter Brown, Lisa Farrow. Thank you, Lisa. Appreciate you. S. Frank. Thanks, man. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, listen, man. Part of me didn't even want to do this show just because I figure, like, it almost looks like a douchebag thing to do. You're patting yourself on the back for being clean and sober. But then I thought about it and I said, yeah, you're fucking right. I'm going to. Because it hasn't been easy. You know what I mean? And I did accomplish something. And listen, the reason I celebrate these little anniversaries and stuff so much is because my entire life today is only because of my sobriety. My life would be drastically different if I was even alive, So I do celebrate these dates, and it means a lot to me, and it's a day to celebrate what I have accomplished. Although that's not much, hey, it's something. I could be in a fucking hotel, snorting myself and drinking myself to death right now, and I'm not. So, but one thing I could never be, never, just so you guys know, is Tony Pizza. I could never be Tony Pizza. Sally, $10 for years of entertainment, 6 years of sobriety. What an accomplishment. Thank you, Sally. I appreciate you. You're a good friend. Yeah, I think so, Miss Can't Be Wrong. I think so. BTF. Thank you, BTF. And I'm not saying this to knock anybody. I'm not. I swear to God. Because listen, if you were a heroin addict and you managed to get yourself off heroin, or if you were a crack addict and managed to get yourself off crack or coke or whatever it was, I give you props. But the more people I talk to, the more I realize that there are very few truly clean and sober people. I mean, I'm telling you right now that I've met at least 10 or 12 people that are in recovery at these skate parks. And every single one of them at least smokes weed. Every single one of them. I'm not kidding. It's actually mind-blowing. And they don't just smoke weed sometimes. They smoke weed all the time, which to me means, you're still a drug addict, basically. I'm not trying to judge them. I'm just saying that it's very rare these days. I think the California sober thing caught on, and people figured like, well, I could still smoke weed, no big deal. I think it was Demi Lovato. Was that the chick's name? I don't remember. She overdosed on heroin or something. Then she was, in recovery. And I remember, I think it was her. The first time I ever heard that term, she did an interview and said she was California sober. And she explained that means, that she still smokes weed. So, and listen, guys, believe me, I'm not even looking down on you. If that's what you do to keep you off all that other shit, or to just get you through the day, or to help yourself with some sort of mental or physical illness, or chronic pain or whatever, do what you got to do. It's not my place to tell you you're wrong. I'm just saying that I take pride in the fact that I've done nothing, even when I've had times that are like truly trying, like where I just want to fucking just get wasted or do something. Even like I said, a couple of months ago, I was considering smoking some weed just to kill all the anxiety I was experiencing. But instead, I went to the doctor. I got on some medication. It took a couple of weeks to start feeling better, but I feel better for the most part. There may be a California sober, but they ain't sober in the rest of the 49 states. Yeah, good point, Papa Saccio. Oh, you should know. Papa Saccio, you claim to be in recovery. You smoke everything and drink everything. Thank you, War. If I didn't already, I might have already clicked on that one. Thank you, Peter Brown. Thanks, Jamie P. That means a lot to me, brother. And you too, Lisa. You guys are the best. Oh, the shirt? Yeah. You know what it reminds me of? What does that remind me of? Come on, guys. Say it. I know it's in your heads. Go ahead, say it. What does that remind you of? Somebody better get this. Somebody better. Thank you, John DeLong. I appreciate you, man. Very much. You guys are the best. Without you guys, I probably wouldn't even be clean and sober. Honestly. Edward Everett. Thanks, Robert B. 17 years. Close. 22 years. Remember the song that I wrote? Yeah. It reminds me of that because, it's got the fucking years, the months, the days, the hours, the minutes, the seconds. When I saw it online, I was like, oh, yeah, I'm getting that. And I was going to do a remix. I was going to write the 6 Years song, but last night I laid down and for 2 hours I started to write a song, and I wrote a song, and I just got stuck at too many spots, and there's just too much of it that I don't really like, so I didn't continue with it. I didn't finish it, but I plan on finishing it soon, hopefully, like maybe today even. But it was really important to me to write one. I just sometimes I don't know everything to say, like I was trying to explain like meeting Shanna and what that was like and everything in one of the verses, and it's very tough. Is it the whole 23 days of pizza in confinement into months, minutes, and seconds? No, but I should do that. 23 days. Oh my God, BTF, that's a great idea. 23 days. I gotta do it. Mooch, what's up, bro? How you doing, my man? How's Canada? Oh, I just got to go back 10. All right. Now, listen, for you, it's worth it. Give me a second. Yizzo, good morning, everybody. No. So, let the show begin. Yeah. Now that Mooch is here. I don't know what to say, guys. We could do a regular show. It's no big deal. You know what I mean? I titled it what I did and stuff because that's today, 6 years clean and sober, and it means a lot to me. But we don't have to talk about that the whole time. That's for sure. I don't want to bore you guys. You guys know my story inside and out. So there's no point in telling it anymore. I could do like Tony Pizza and just change it, just add some cool shit to it, but 6 years, I'd say he's absolutely gasping for a bump. Yizzo, me? Are you here to troll me, Lotion Giver? No, not at all. Not at all. As a matter of fact, I don't even think I could do a bump. My nose is destroyed Papa Saccio, I've been learning Mexican and I just can't stop confrontating with all these new words I'm going to use wrong and pretend I'm a genius. You've been practicing Mexican, huh? Confrontating? What's up, Papa Saccio? Now, nobody sent me any good shit today, but if you guys want to fill me in on anything that might have happened, I mean, it is only fucking 11 o'clock in the morning, but maybe some good stuff took place. I don't know if there's anything in particular I want to say about the sobriety thing. Oh my God. Wow. That's awesome. Holy shit. I just got a $50 donation from an anonymous lady. Thank you, anonymous lady. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Wow. That's a very generous donation. BTF Phoenix gifted one Fat Bald-Sicilian membership. Thank you, BTF. Thank you very, very much. Oh, what is it? I didn't even catch what it was. Just block them then. I didn't even catch what it was. What is it? Who knows? Looks like, is it a naked person or something? So thank you, Dave. Thanks, brother. Yeah, I don't think that's the one they're talking about. I think they're talking about this other guy here, this fucking lotion giver person. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It's Buffalo Billy. Oh, just block him. Wait a minute. Oh, another Fat Bald-Sicilian membership from BTF. Thank you, BTF. Thank you very, very much. Nothing gross about my feet. I just got a manicure in Thailand. I'm sure you did. I'm sure you gave a few manicures in Thailand. I wouldn't be surprised if Shug has a bit of a foot fetish. Matter of fact, didn't he say he did once or something? How's about I get a membership? How about that? You mean buy one or get one gifted to you? You'd have to turn on your allow gifts option and wait for somebody to, send some out. Or you could buy one, which would be dope, Mooch. You could even get the $9.99 tier if you'd like. Help FBS make some money. Anyway, guys, let me just say that. I hate getting all cheesy and doing these things, but it's important for me to say. Oh, Chris Capello, $20 for congratulations, 6 years, bro. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate all you guys. Yeah, I'm just going to say it. This last 6 years has been fucking incredible. Thanks again, Chris. Thank you, brother. I mean, like, when I got clean, and just give me 10 minutes to do this. Okay, give me 10 minutes. Don't leave me. I mean, there's only 42 of you here anyway. Everybody thinks this is an addiction recovery show. You guys know this story. You know what I mean? When I went to that rehab, when I got there, because I was thinking about this yesterday and today. Yesterday, I went over the whole day in my head. Because you got to remember, yesterday was 6 years from the day that I woke up in that hotel room with that girl and all that. Okay. And I was replaying that day in my head because, believe it or not, I mean, I can't say I remember all of it or even a lot of it, but I remember some of it. Thank you, No Ma'am. I hope you're feeling well today. Thank you so much. Thank you, Lisa. I remember a lot of it, and I remember certain things that took place. Like, I remember when I woke up, I was so fucking sick from alcohol withdrawal because once you get to that point, just being passed out, when you wake up, and usually it's the withdrawal that'll wake you up, you're already so goddamn sick from withdrawal that you can't function. And I remember waking up so sick and so confused because you got to remember, I was basically in a walking blackout for 4 days. Okay. Walking meaning, I wasn't passed out or anything and I blacked out. Not like that. I was functioning. You know what I mean? I ordered food to the room. I had sex with this girl. Apparently I was fucking around with her and hanging out with her. I was chilling with the dudes from down the hall. They were at my room hanging out. We were fucking doing whatever. And of course I was getting very, very high on cocaine and drinking a lot of liquor. So I didn't remember anything. And this girl started telling me that we had been together for 4 days and I called off work 4 days in a row. And she told me, some of the stuff we did and shit. Of course, I asked her if we had sex. She said yes, which I kind of remembered little bits and pieces of. So I kind of already knew we did. But I remember asking her, I was in bed. I couldn't even get out of bed. And I said, can you please get me some liquor or something? What do we have here? You know what I mean? Because I didn't even know what was in the room. And one of the dudes from down the hall left a bottle of I forget if it was tequila or what the fuck it was. It had very little in it, maybe like 2 shots. And I drank that and it did nothing. And then I asked her for anything, any alcohol you have. You're like, people don't realize what alcohol addiction. You're like how they portray crackheads. I mean, you're fucking desperate. Except crack doesn't even do that. It's just mental. People want it. Alcohol, your body needs it. Your brain needs it, or you will fucking die. And that's no bullshit. So the feeling of desperation is fucking overwhelming. You feel like a baby again. You need people to take care of you and bring you drinks just so you can fucking drink enough to kill the withdrawal and get out of fucking bed. And I remember she gave me everything we had in the room. At one point, she made like a cocktail, poured a bunch of shit into a fucking cup for me and gave me that. And I drank that, and it just wasn't enough. Wasn't enough. So I was so fucking sick, man. And I talked to her for a while, and I guess you could say we got to know each other a little bit. Like, I didn't know her name. I didn't know how old she was. I didn't know where she came from. I didn't know how we met. You know, she explained all that to me. And you know, I won't get into every detail, but I'd say he would absolutely boof himself or something. Whatever you say, Buffalo Billy. Your mother's fat. Always, no, ma'am. You're always in my thoughts. Physical allergy, yeah. So I don't know. You know, I'm not going to get into every detail of that. There isn't a whole lot to tell you anyway. Pretty much, after we talked for a little while, she was in and out of the room. She was, you know, a drug addict herself. She was a heroin addict. And I told you, there was, I went over to wash my hands and my face and shit, and there was a fucking coffee pot in the sink, and it was just filled with residue. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? She said, well, you gave me a ball of fish scale. You told me I could cook it up. So she cooked up this 8-ball and was smoking it in the room. Just crazy. Because I never did that shit. So I can't even imagine allowing somebody to smoke crack in the room. But I don't think I was in any state of mind to, you know, complain or, you know, stop her from doing it. I don't know. But anyway, so I was in that room all fucking day. I was going back and forth with crisis intervention. My mom was helping me out over the phone. And I wound up getting to rehab that night around 1 a.m. or some shit. And that would bring us to this morning, you know? So I remember, like, when I woke up today, well, let me go back a second. When I woke up yesterday, it hit me, and I'm not kidding. It really hit me because this has been on my mind, this date, for a few days now. That 6 years ago, yesterday, I woke up next to some girl who I never even fucking saw before, or at least I didn't know. I guess I had seen her 4 days before and, you know, every day since, but you know what I mean. Stranger. And I was, you know, coming out of a blackout and going through alcohol withdrawal. And yesterday I woke up next to my wife, you know, who I would have never met if I didn't go get help to begin with. So it does make you think, you know. I've had this on my mind constantly for days now. I've gone over every detail in my head because it's so important for me to remember. I don't want to ever forget these things. And I just thought yesterday about how happy I am now and all the things I have now that I didn't have 6 years ago. And this morning, too. This morning, I thought about what happened on this morning 6 years ago. And I remember after I got to that Clarity Way, like 1 a.m, whatever it was, after intake and all that shit, I was able to go to sleep maybe 3 something in the morning, some shit like that. And I woke up, this girl, Kat, who was like a counselor there, came in my room and said, Chris, hey, we have lunch out here. We have hamburgers and hot dogs and stuff like that. And she said, you know, you're welcome to come out and eat with us and stuff. So I woke up and I remember walking out of that room and looking at this place. And I said, holy fucking shit. Where am I? Because, you know, I guess I was still in a bit of a blackout. I didn't even really remember getting there the night before. And I sat down to eat. And first of all, hamburgers and hot dogs was a little bit of a, I guess, let's just say it was more than that. I think she downplayed it a little bit. There was it was like a whole spread of every type of potato salad, and macaroni salad, and French fries, and onion rings, and hot dogs, and hamburgers, and fucking every type of topping, and all types of different shit. Like it was a big cookout indoors. And I'm like, damn, all this fucking food, chips, and all types of shit are everywhere, just food. And I'm looking at the people I'm sitting with, and I'm like, the rocks on the women. Oh my fucking God, the rocks on their fingers. Holy shit. I said, what the fuck? How did I get here? And then I'm talking to this dude, Kyle, next to me. And Kyle's telling me that he's a big time DJ from upstate New York. He's also a music teacher and all this other stuff. And he's a severe alcoholic. And he told me how he got there. He caused a pretty serious accident. I think there was a fatality or two involved. He was on bail, I think. But this guy was loaded. He'd be in the fucking whatever you want to call it, the little where we would eat and stuff. I don't know. I wouldn't call it a cafeteria. It was a very fancy place, but he would be dripped in Gucci. Like, it was insane. Like, everything Gucci. Like, next day be Louis Vuitton and fucking. I remember him getting deposits into his account like twice a week for 10 grand for different things he was invested in and everything else. And I just realized really early on that all these people were rich. Very, very wealthy, except for one girl named Lori, who happened to be from Lancaster. The rest of them were loaded. And I met a good guy named Greg. I wish I could tell you more about this guy, but of course I can't, as far as his identity or anything. But I can tell you certain things about him. Greg was like a 64-year-old man, 63, 64, who worked on Wall Street his whole life and made millions upon millions of dollars. He was he ran hedge funds and did all types of shit. And I remember asking him one night, after we got close, we had been talking every day for weeks. I said, what would you say was your best year? And he told me, how much he had made the company and his, commission basically. And it was $10 million for a year. And I said, wow. And he would sit outside and show me pictures on his phone. And he had pictures with Trump at Bedminster, him and his wife eating with Trump and Melania, and playing golf with them and all this stuff. This guy, when his wife would come visit him on weekends, she came there in a Bentley Continental GT, a 2017. And this was 2019. So you're talking about 225 grand, something like that. And they lived in New Jersey. That's all I'll say. But they were fucking loaded, man. And me and this guy became real close. Me and this guy, Greg, became real close. And he's somebody that I wish I was still in contact with to this day. But once I got to kind of know his wife, it became very clear to me that she doesn't, I don't know if, I think she was like his third wife, and I don't know what her plans were for his money or whatever the fuck it might have been, but she didn't want him getting close to anybody. And she would do everything in her power to stop that. You know what I mean? And I talked to him here and there after I left. I stayed in contact with most of those people, but we eventually lost contact. Anyway, he was a good man, a truly good man. The first time I ever saw a black card, I think it was Wednesday nights. We were allowed to order out whatever we wanted. And it was like kind of late night. We were all chilling and we ordered pizzas. And the fucking Greg hands me his black card. I don't know if you've ever seen the Limitless American Express card. Limitless. You can put a fucking mansion on one of those, anything you want. And it's like steel. It's not like any card you've ever seen before. Like, holy shit. But I met so many good people. A woman named Elaine became like a true mother figure. I absolutely adored her. I still, I see her on social media every now and then. She's probably one of the best people I ever met. Every morning when I would be in the little, cafeteria area eating, she would come up from behind me and hug me, and just hold on to me for a little. And in groups, we had a lot of talks and shit about stuff from my past and everything. And she helped me mentally, I guess you could say, with some of those past traumas, I guess you could say, things that, I couldn't get off my mind, things that had been affecting me at that point for 15 years that happened in my life that were just absolute tragedies. And I spent the next 15 years, just deliberately killing myself, basically destroying myself because of guilt and all types of feelings I had from these things, and uh, regret and everything else. And I remember I was talking one day and she really fucking smacked some sense into me, not literally, but I had been mad at somebody for something, and she said something to me that made me open my eyes a little bit and realize that my anger might have been misplaced at the time. Anyway, she was very important to me, very very important to me, and she's a Long Island woman, sweetheart of a person, and I miss her all the time. I miss her. I miss Greg. I miss a lot of them, and I made so many good friends, but I heard so many stories and I saw so many things. There was a girl from around here, rich girl, but her name was Savannah. She was she was a goddamn mess. She was a goddamn mess. She was on so much stuff, bath salts and meth and every fucking thing. And she wound up leaving not long after I got there, a couple of weeks after I got there. And then about a week before I left, she came back. You know what I mean? Well, probably no, maybe a week and a half after I got, something like that. I don't know, but she came back and her parents literally dragged her back kicking and screaming. And I watched her go through some sort of withdrawal that I'll never even understand because nobody even knows everything she was on. But when I say hallucinating and running around and trying to hurt people and break things, and I mean fucking crazy shit, man. But it was such a fucking great experience. I'll never forget that place. And it's something I remind myself of all the time just so I don't forget, just so I don't forget. And of course, I met my beautiful Shanna, and after I left there, you know the story. So quite obviously that was the best part of my stay at Clarity Way. But I think about it all the time, guys. It was really something else, and a lot of those people relapsed. I think all of them but me. Everybody I spoke to afterwards had relapsed at least once. And the reason is they weren't there for themselves. A couple of the women were forced there by their husbands. A couple of men there were forced there by their wives. A few people were forced there by business partners and bosses and all types of shit. None of them really went there because they wanted to get better, except for me. Thank you, man. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. I'm not sure if you want me to say that last part, so I won't say anything. But thank you. It means a lot to me. So anyway, guys, I don't want to bore you with all my shit, but I could talk about it forever. Let me just see something. Wow, no, man. Well, good for you. That's great. FBS, the best portrayal I've seen in a movie is Days of Wine and Roses. Heartbreaking. Really? I never heard of that. I think Leaving Las Vegas, for me at least, was the best portrayal of alcohol addiction and withdrawal, alcoholism and withdrawal. And there's a movie called The Lost Weekend from the 50s, which is pretty good portrayal of the DTs, delirium tremens that you go through, the hallucinations and the fucking, everything, thinking you got bugs crawling on you, tearing your skin up and wanting to put your head through a wall from the withdrawal from being so sick and everything. I can't even imagine what it was like to go through it in the 50s because they probably didn't have the shit they have to treat alcohol withdrawal now, to make you comfortable and stuff. BB from VA, congratulations again, Chris. I lost my sister from prescription medication and anything else she could get. I'm sorry to hear that, BB from VA. That's so sad. Bobby Barbarian, a year. Miss Can't Be Wrong. The last time I got trashed, I had a 3-day hangover and haven't drank since. Good for you. Thank you, Bobby. I appreciate it, bro. Thank you, Joe Root. Kind of, Ronan. I'm just winging it now. I'm just talking a little bit about recovery, and then I'll probably move on to whatever you want to talk about. You know what I mean? Yeah, things in general, like War said. Yeah. Congrats, Chris. Yes, the life you have would be beyond drastically different, and in the worst way. Also, we would never had you. We would never had you to entertain us as you have over the last 4 years. That's right, Joe, and thank you for saying that. Thank you, because it shows me that you appreciate me being here for the last 4 years. Yeah, I fucking. There's no way, guys. There's no way. I mean, thank you, no freaking ZD. Now, thank you. I'll tell you what my thoughts were as soon as I left there. Actually, while I was still in there. War, I'm so glad you got to get away from everything and go there to start getting better, bro. Extremely grateful. Me too, man. Thank you, bro. Armand, hey, brother, just stopping in to say congratulations. Sobriety is hard to maintain for so many reasons, and you've mastered it like a fucking boss. All my admiration, I think you meant to say, and respect. Thank you, Armand. Thank you, brother. I love you, bro. You know that. Uh, thank you, War. FBS, congratulations on another year, brother. The next, no, like of many more to come. The next in the line of many more to come. There you go. Thank you, D. Gainey. I appreciate you, man. Thanks again, Armand. Oh, okay. Maybe I'll look that up, Sally. Dave, Pizza keeps saying, go to Harrisburg and show where you are, and he will go right to you. Yeah, okay. He already said a few days ago he wants me to, he wants to send me on a wild goose chase. In so many words, that's what he said. Thank you, Tommy Stiggs. I appreciate that, bro. So anyway, I'm going to tell you the truth. I mean, while I was in there, I had every intention on getting clean and sober. There's no doubt about it. I was thrilled. I was so excited to be alive again. But my plan was without a doubt to get out and just start hustling again. I mean, there was no part of me that was gonna stop selling drugs. No fucking part of me that was even interested in such an option. You know what I mean? Not at all. Um, and if it wasn't for the fact that I came out to what I came out to, I probably would have, at the very least, went back to that, and I would have fucking ruined my life permanently. Because I was already on my way to ruining my life permanently. It was just a matter of time till I got busted with the wrong thing on me, or I got shot, or I shot somebody, or something crazy like that. So, my neighborhood, people were getting robbed and killed all the time. Just for selling drugs. Other people on the street, they people love robbing drug dealers. They know that's where the money is. That's right, Tommy Stiggs. One day at a time. Yeah, no, it wasn't, bro. It still isn't. You know what I mean? It still isn't. There's no doubt about it, Dave. There's no doubt about it. Nothing like thinking with a clear head, bro. Nah, man. Nope. So, yeah. So anyway, when I got out of there, I went to stay with my brother. Me and him had been fighting for fucking, I mean, I want to say years, but it might have even been decades. Like, me and my brother hadn't spoken. We despised each other, and that's how family cares and stuff, because I was only in there for one day when my brother called me and said, "Hey, how are you?" And he said, "I just want to let you know I'm here for you. And if you need a place to stay when you leave, I have this." I told you, he has like an extra apartment in his crib, basically, like a beautiful finished basement, another 2 rooms attached. And, um, well, I guess you could say divided, and it's all together like 3 rooms and everything. It's basically a kitchen in one of the fucking rooms. I mean, uh, it was a sweet deal. You know what I mean? And I didn't have many choices or options. So I went to live there, and me and my brother got close again, and worked out our issues, and we're close to this day now. I don't know if we would have ever really became even friends again after the way we felt about each other back then. But that opens your eyes, like, wow. I was so mad at him for all these years, and that, look, he's the first person there for me. You know what I'm saying? So, and then of course I started dating Shanna, and everything just got better from there. And all of a sudden, I wanted to really live now. You know what I mean? I really wanted to live because I had so much to look forward to, you know? And I thank all of you, and Shanna, of course, is my angel on earth. I mean, if it wasn't for her, my daughter, if it wasn't, for the fact that, uh, I listen. Somebody said one time, I heard them say, "Would you? I know you would die for your child, but would you live for him?" You know what I mean? Because living is much harder than dying. Dying's easy, you know. And I just knew that I had to live for her, and I had to get better because I wasn't doing anybody any favors, you know. So I made promises to myself while I was in there, and I stuck to them. And I've been clean ever since, clean and sober, and it just turned into such a wonderful life, you know. I started this channel, and boy, I mean, has there been ups and downs? No question about it. I mean, there's been some terrible times on here. There still are all the time, but it's nothing short of a dream come true. I mean, that's why so many of these people hate me and they're so jealous of me. I mean, who gets to do this? Who gets to live their life this way? Who gets to make a living like this? Not many fucking people. I was looking the other day and it said something like less than 1% of YouTube channels ever make any money at all. You can look it up. Any money at all. So it's just, you know, it's a fascinating story, whether people want to admit it or not. And the fact that me and Shanna have been able to build the life together that we have, and we're as happy together as we are. You know, it's just, I have a lot of survivor's guilt. You know, so I feel bad about a lot of things from my past. And I feel like a lot of people died who were probably better people than me. So I spent a lot of time wondering why I got to stay and they had to leave, you know, but it's just the way things are. Strange world we live in, you know. Things are confusing sometimes, but for whatever reason, I'm still here. So I don't care if I sound cheesy. I don't care how corny this is. You know me, I express myself. I got to get things out there. I got to get things off my mind and off my chest and say what I want to say, you know. And today is just, I'm not going to act like it's any less special than it really is to me, you know. So I've been able to repair relationships and all types of stuff, and even relationships that I thought were unrepairable, you know. I just got a lot. I got to accomplish a lot, and so much cool shit happened on here. I mean, come on, guys. Let's be honest. What would the last 4 years have been without Mob 2? Probably very peaceful and quiet, but hey, we'll never know, will we? So, and now we're coming up on 4 years just in a few days. You know what I mean? 4 years. So that's wild. It's amazing to me sometimes to think back on it and say, holy shit, it's been 6 years since I was at that fucking place, you know, and that place that I love, that place that this very day, if they would have stayed open, I'd still be there every Sunday talking to AA groups and whatever groups they let me speak to. I remember in the beginning, these fucking people are so sick on here when I said that I never took part in AA. And then I mentioned that I would go to AA meetings on Sundays and tell my story, you know, because that's what they want. They want speakers at AA meetings with inspirational stories. And there's not many like mine. And these dickheads were like, oh, he said he never took part in AA, but then he says he was speaking at AA meetings. Yeah, I never took part in AA meeting. I never sat down in AA meetings. I'm not saying never, one or two. But I'm saying I never, you know, I was never into it. I never took part in it as a group member or whatever you want to call it. It wasn't for me. It's the whole Christianity thing. I wasn't into it. I liked Refuge and certain other groups they had at this place. And you were allowed to opt out of certain groups, and AA was one of them. So I opted out of AA. I never attended. I think I attended one in rehab or something. I don't know. And yeah, going and speaking at them is a different fucking thing, because it's not, you know, I'm telling you my story. I'm not listening to all this higher power stuff and God nonsense and all that. This is my story to you to try to help you. And it worked. I mean, it was so funny because people that are, you know, this is a place filled with millionaires, this rehab. So even after I left there, you know, every new group was just a new group of millionaires, rich people. And I'd have these people that are, you know, obviously, you know, extremely wealthy and stuff. And they'd put their arm around me in tears after the fucking, after I told my story, we'd be outside by the pool or whatever, and they would tell me like, wow, this is so inspirational. You know, if you were able to do it, I think I could do it too. And I was like, I'm sure you could do it. So I would still be there every Sunday doing that, but the place closed. It's a different rehab now. It's still a fancy place, you know, but I don't know if it's quite like Clarity Way was. So anyway, man, what can I say? I just want to thank you guys as well because, again, you guys have made my life a fucking dream for 4 years. These people could talk all they want about begging this and that. Shut up. Okay. Go to any YouTube channel. They're constantly nagging their audience for fucking donations. If there's a smaller YouTube channel, sometimes even bigger ones that just do live streams, you know, that's how you make money. So you could call me a beggar all you want. It never made sense when you started doing it. It doesn't make sense now. Call Tony Pizza a beggar. You know, he's the fucking guy that every 5 minutes he's telling you something else he needs and an exact amount of money he needs to get it. You know, different thing. And it'll never be the same, and you'll never, ever be able to really make that comparison legitimately. It's all bullshit. Look at that. Mr. Anonymous, congrats. You had a great run. I wish you the best. Mr. Anonymous, $50. Thank you, Mr. Anonymous. And I'm still having a great run. It ain't over yet. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate you. Very generous donation. So, yeah, I got to thank you guys so much because holy shit, man. I mean, what were the chances of me, you know, getting anywhere on here? I never thought I'd make 5 cents. I never thought I'd get 5 subs. So the fact that you guys are stuck with me and continue to support me, you've made it so that I have freedom in my life to be with my family and to make up for so much lost time because, you know, when you have an illness like I have, you don't know. I mean, my doctors can't even tell me when my time's up. You know, but they've told me the possibilities of when it might be, and it ain't that far from now. So it doesn't make you feel much better when they say, but you could live a normal life. Yeah, but what are the chances of that? You know what I mean? And they'll even tell you, not likely, but it's a possibility. Like in other words, a normal lifespan, like I could live to be 80 or something. It's extremely unlikely. The best they could give me is, you know, usually they'll tell me if, you know, you really take care of yourself and you keep up with your medicine and treatment, you could live to be 60 years old. So that's not long, guys. It's 15 years away. So, and who knows if they're right, but by then, who knows what kind of technology they'll have and everything else. But the point is, when you're told something like that, you immediately start prioritizing your time, I guess you could say, and making sure that you're spending it, you know, the best ways possible. You're doing the best you can do with whatever time it is that you have. You know, you're really enjoying life. That's why I don't waste time. That's why I don't sit around. That's why I don't lay around. That's why I don't stay in the house all the time. It's not for me. I missed so many years. I can't even tell you about most of my 30s. You know how sad and depressing that is that I wasted. So, I mean, what would have been probably the best years of my life, they turned into the worst. I wasted all that fucking time. That's why I don't fuck around even with these shows, guys. You got to understand, I'm so serious about it that I even keep this fucking thing here all the time now. You know, see, I like to just watch it because it's a reminder of how precious time is and how quickly it moves. So, when I get mad and I say I could be doing something else, I don't need to be sitting here doing this show for free. It's not so much that I'm mad at you. It's just that it's so important to me that I'm doing something with my time, something I enjoy, something where I'm making memories or getting exercise, or doing something to improve my life. So I'll never understand people that waste time. I get very mad at people, you know, around me when I feel like they're wasting time, when I feel like there's something better we could be doing. You know, I could be a prick, no doubt about it. But because you guys have supported me through this whole thing, you've given me 4 years where instead of working 8 to 12 hours a day, I'm working 2 to 3, if that. And I'm able to provide a good living for my family, you know, which fucking means, you know, as a man, you know, that's the most important thing to you. So and no matter, regardless of whether or not you fucking jerk offs like how I make it, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the hating motherfuckers that keep coming in the chat and shit. Doesn't matter what you think. Look at you. All you could do is think about me all day. That's how fucking great your life is. I'm not thinking about you, but you're thinking about me. And not just that, but the friendship and support you guys have shown me. There's so many people in this chat that I know I could call anytime and talk to about anything, and I'll have your support. And the way we support each other in the addiction recovery show is the fact that I've been able to help save people's lives because they told me I helped save their life. I'm not just guessing that. I got dozens of emails and texts and everything else. People really were thinking about suicide and watched some addiction and recovery shows and felt better. No bullshit. Unless they're lying to me. That's what they're telling me. People who were on their way to Kensington to get a bag of dope changed their mind. People that weren't going to go to rehab went to rehab. I given money, I've offered money, I've given people rides, I've done everything I can to help them. And the fact that I have the opportunity to do that is incredible. And without you guys supporting the show, I would never be able to do that. I wouldn't even have time to do addiction and recovery shows. So I thank you all so much. I do, because without you, of course, I'd have Shanna and I'd have my family, but guess what? I wouldn't have much else. Because unless I go back to what I know best, as far as making a legitimate living, it's not likely I'm going to make a good one. I can make a legitimate living. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. People aren't exactly in a hurry to hire people like me, you know. Don't get me wrong. I can get a job tomorrow. I'm not using, Tony Pizza uses excuses. Like, even as a felon, I can get a job tomorrow. I'm just saying, I'm not going to walk into a place and start at 75 grand a year or something. It's not going to happen. Oh, no. Thank you for being here and being with us, BB. We love you. Honestly, you're a great addition to the chat. Thank you, Dave. Thank you. I don't think about it most of the time, but maybe that's why I go so overboard when these dates pop up, because it's like, really, you should be celebrating every day of it, but it's just, you got to understand, to me, it's fascinating because I never imagined it. I mean, I had in my entire life, once I started using at, drinking, I'd say at 15, 16 years old, I can't tell you of a 3-year period of sobriety or 4 years or 5 years or especially 6 years. There hasn't been one. I was so sober from the years of 0 to 16, pretty much. And then after that, or 15. And then I had a year here and a year here or there, maybe 2 years at one point. I don't know. But that's it. And I don't mean a full-blown addiction, like, when I was using. But I mean, even like, for instance, that job I had from 2008 to 2012, I was completely out of the streets. I wasn't selling drugs at all, but I would still drink a couple times a month. I'd still grab some Coke every now and then when I was drinking, so I'm just talking about completely clean and sober. I never imagined 6 years. 113 days today, folks. Life is good. Good for you, Sal. I'm proud of you, bro. That makes me very, very happy. Joseph Montanero, FBS, congrats on 6 years, bro. I've been with you since the beginning and have watched you grow and pivot into this YouTube thing. Truly inspirational, homie. Thank you, Joseph. I appreciate that, man. Thank you, Saxon. You guys are the best. Just these little comments mean so much to me. Thank the spaghetti monster for angels. Yeah. The flying spaghetti monster. You helped me more than you will ever know, FBS. Congrats. Thanks for my 113 days clean. Wow, Sal. Thank you, bro. And congrats to you for having 113 days clean. That's awesome. BB from VA, $4.99. Thank you, BB. Pizza the Wankster. Thank you. Sal D. Felice, my mom saved $8,000 for my funeral. I just found out it took her a few years, but she was so sure I was dead 100 times over. God bless her. I told her, I'm back. Spend your money. That's great, Sal. It's sad to hear that she had to do that, but I understand. Oh, thank you, Lisa. I haven't gotten that comment too many times, or that compliment. Thank you very much. I really did enjoy it, going to these, going back there and meeting these new groups of people and hearing their stories and telling my story. It really meant the world to me. And listen, I've tried to, I guess you could say, get into a couple of places just for that purpose. Like I've contacted a couple of rehabs asking, if I could speak from time to time, and they all have different rules, and it depends on certain things. And it's not as easy as you would think. They just let you come in. It's really not. It may be like an AA meeting, yeah, but not a rehab situation. Oh, thank you for the $20. Thank you very, very much. That means a lot to me. Thank you. It's turning out to be a good day. Thank you, Sal. I think so. Thanks, War. That's what I want to do. It's because, listen, when I needed help, I got it. And if I didn't get it, when I got it. When I was writing a song last night, I was thinking about the fact that, and I've told you guys this a million times, but if I didn't get help that day, I would have never gotten help. Because I could tell you 1,000 different occasions where I woke up so sick from alcohol withdrawal, and I said, oh my God, I got to get help right now because I can't keep this up, and I can't even get out of fucking bed without liquor right now. I don't even know how I'm going to make it through the day. I need help. And then I get some liquor, and then you're comfortable again. You get a few drinks in you. It's like, oh, what was I thinking? I'm doing fine. It's that sickness, that withdrawal. I'm so grateful for the fact that I was going through alcohol withdrawal that day. Otherwise, I'd have never left. I had a pretty good situation that day. That chick was fucking amazing looking. She was fucking like I can't even describe her to you. I would have fucking said, I got this chick in my room. Oh my God, let's get wasted. Fuck that. I'm staying with her as long as possible. But nah. I was so fucking sick. I had no choice but to end that little party I was having for 4 days straight and get my ass to rehab. And I'm so grateful I did, because there's nobody I would ever take over my Shanna. One of the best things that ever happened to me in my life was meeting her. No doubt about it. What is this? Joey Dimes, $10 for you still need help, you prick. What do you mean? With what? Shows and shit? What do you mean? I don't know, because Joey Dimes helps me out so much. I told cardiologist once, man up and tell me how long. All he would say is, let's just say you're not making it to 80. Yeah, well, it's a given, right? BTF Phoenix, another Fat Bald-Sicilian membership. Thank you, BTF. And again, thank you again. Holy shit. And again. Awesome. How many is that? 5, 6? Thank you, Sally. I try to be. I could be a much better friend, but I'm so all over the place. It's just like today. I woke up today and I looked at my phone and I'm like, holy shit, I have like 4 messages from yesterday I didn't even get to yet. So I got to them this morning, and it's like, my mind is so all over the place. I'll get a message and then I'll get distracted by something stupid. Next thing you know, I'm at the skate park. Then I'm home. I'm showering. I'm doing a show. I'm hanging out with Shanna. I'm watching a movie. I'm going to bed. It's like I forgot I even got the messages. Sal D. Fleece, FPS. Me and you think of money very similarly. I'm not on YouTube, but I don't need to answer to a boss. And I'm sorry, and have freedom to be with my family. And I didn't come from money. I just can't not have money. Yeah. Yeah, then we think very similarly. Yes. Dave says, Pizza, I know you were watching. You have no one in your chat anymore because they know you are a fraud. It's very true, but I don't know if it's a great thing to say when I only got 51 people watching. Oh, common sense. What's up, bro? Good to hear from you, man. And thank you for that. That means a lot to me. Thank you. Good to see you. We're all grateful for your recovery and inspiration. Your channel and daily talks mean so much, FPS. See, Lisa, the shit like that makes me so happy. I really do appreciate the kind words more than you know. You saved my life with just a few kind words and then some. Wow. See, this is the type of shit that makes me want to do this forever, I never thought me, of all people, would be able to help anybody. I couldn't even help my fucking self. you know. But I mean it. That day, if I didn't get help when I did it, if the dude from down the hall would have said, "Hey, bro, I brought you a bottle," that would have been it. I'm not here today. You know what I mean? Because I would have, maybe I would have gotten help 3 days later, 3 months later, 10 years later. I would have dropped fucking dead or killed myself or who knows. But it wouldn't have been when it happened. He says 24 in the chat, and he's probably talking shit about me. That's horrible. You should have a lot of people. So. I forgot what I was saying, but Pizza, you have 30 people in your chat and you don't make any more. You don't make money anymore, but good thing you have your shoebox. Oh, yeah, he's got that. Baller. Yo. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Pizza's watching. How's the weather in North Carolina? Pete Davis all over pizza. Pizza, now you have 21 in your chat. Sally, FBS, you have to have so much clearance these days to get in a rehab as a speaker. Yeah, Sally, it's crazy. I thought I'd just be able to do it, but it doesn't work that way. I think Joey means mental help. Totally kidding. Oh, yeah, that he's right. Oh, my God. Joey Dimes, you couldn't be more correct. Fucking right, I do. Pizza better keep my name out of his mouth or else. Uh-oh. I hear the gun cocking right now. Mike Slick, thank you, brother. Thank you so much. I'm not here to kiss ass. FBS doesn't have a clue how important he was to my recovery and the chat too, quite frankly. Well, that's what we do it for, bro, and that makes me feel good because then I know it's not all a waste, you know? So thank you for letting us know that. Baller, really? Damn, bro. Well, I don't want to say thank the flying spaghetti monster that you didn't do it. Holy shit, what would we do without you? You went away for a little while. I was all depressed. That's good to know, though, bro. I'm glad you're still with us, and don't ever consider that again. I'll kick your monkey ass all over the place. So, yeah, guys, I'm just grateful. You got to practice. I told you, practice gratitude every day. Practice being grateful. Because you can't be sad if you just take a minute every day to look around and say, wow, look how much I have. Even if you don't have much, you got more than a lot of people. Guarantee it. You know? It's true. And I know that everything I have, I owe to my sobriety. Guys, if I ever fucking got high or got drunk, well, I'd have to do both. There's no doing one without the other. You would see a different person. You would know immediately. And chances are most of you wouldn't be here with me anymore. I turn into an animal. I say it all the time. If Shanna saw me drinking once, our marriage would be over because I am so vicious and mean. It's just she'd never, at the very least, she'd never be able to look at me the same. She'd lose all respect for me. Because I become a true animal. I really fucking do. I mean, I have the happy drunk periods or the first few drinks or something, but once I get too much in me, oh my God. I remember that night I hit the Greek dude with a chair at Ada's, and the fucking next day the owners told me what happened, and they were like, bro, you know, we love you. You're a great dude, but when you get your poisons in you, you're a fucking animal. I was like, I know. You know how terrible that makes you feel? Sheesh. BTF Phoenix 2904. Pizza math 6 times 499 equals 2994 plus 2904 equals 60. So 6 divided by 6 equals 10 for every year of sobriety, or 2193 plus 60 equals 0.027 Phoenix. Holy shit. Thank you, BTF. And now she said, look, oops, I meant to send 3006. My math was off. That was true fucking. You sure that was Phoenix math? God damn. Thank you so much. I'm at my boys' wrestling matches. Thank you. You helped me big time. And the reason I have a channel now, owe it all to you, brother. Thank you. All the love and respect always since day one. Thank you, Frank, man. And listen, I'm honored to know you and to be able to call you a friend. All you guys, you know. But Frank is somebody who, you know, I got pretty close to really early on because, you know, he shared his story with me and vice versa. And he's a good dude. Now send Wodo too, yeah. But you guys are all, I mean, you're all true friends to me, you know? because even look at this. I mean, 54 of you are sitting here listening to all this shit, and I know it couldn't be less interesting. But you stick with me no matter what. You know, I could be talking about fucking DJ equipment, and you'd probably be hanging out with me. So it means the world to me. And the way you guys support me, again, financially, I know I get mad sometimes and shit, but you got to understand where that anger comes from. It comes from years of constant abuse. You know what I mean? When all I'm trying to do is a YouTube channel based on one of so many things, it could be, or a group of things. Not necessarily fucking with anybody. Fight after fight being started with me when I'm not bothering nobody, when I'm not even saying your fucking name. And people coming here to jump me, fuck people stalking me online, doxing me, my family, trying to put my family in danger. All this shit. That's not your problem, but I'm just saying these are some of the things that go through my head when I'm doing a fucking wildly entertaining show. And trust me, I know the good ones from the bad. Because when I'm doing a bad show, I tell you, I know this show sucks. You know, but to have 150 or 200 people or even 100 watch it, and it's like, I made $14. Like, how the fuck are all these people not? Because the way I am, guys, if you're doing something for me, that's how you know, even though I left young, I'm a true New Yorker. If you are performing a service for me of any kind, I'm tipping you, period. The end. Okay, that's all there is to it. That's all there is. I was raised that way. You tip everybody. You tip doormen. You tip the guys pumping your gas. You tip fucking everybody. On holidays, you tip the mailman. You tip every fucking buddy. You know what I'm saying? My fucking uncle was a mailman in downtown Brooklyn. He used to get like 30 fucking grand a year in tips and gifts. That's how it is in New York, you know? And it's just what I know. You know what I mean? It's just what I know. So when I'm watching somebody, if they're entertaining me, I always donate. Always. I mean, if I forget once or twice, I can't say every single time, but I do it. So I just don't know what, Mike. I don't know. BTF Phoenix did it 102. Yeah. Thank you, BTF. That's the way I know how to be. So it baffles me when other people aren't like that. And I don't expect everybody to be able to donate, but I mean, you figure a percentage. Figure if you got 100 people, 10 people could donate something. You know what I mean? So I don't know, but that's why I get mad, guys. It's never getting mad at the people who donate, because without you guys, you know, I would have been done a long time ago. It's just the frustration over the constant nonsense I have to put up with just for existing on fucking YouTube when nobody else, I mean nobody in this entire fucking community, has to deal with even a fucking tenth of what I've had to deal with. Nobody just bothers other people for no reason. I've never seen another content creator just have people start fights with them on a constant fucking basis. I have yet to see it. Name me one fucking person. It doesn't happen. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I don't want to say your name just because I'm assuming you don't want me to. And I just to be on the safe side, but somebody sent $10 and said, "Congrats, brother. Wish you continued success. Tried to send a chat to the show, but I think I might be blocked for some reason." Huh. I forget your screen name. I'm so sorry. I know I've seen your, you know, government name before, but I forget. If you let me know, I will definitely unblock you. Thank you so much for this. Thank you, man. I tipped my dental hygienist once. She was special though. Man, this fucking place is so weird. These people are so bizarre here. They don't understand any of that tipping stuff. I swear to God, I'm not talking about in restaurants and stuff. They understand it, but they're still cheap. These fucking hillbillies. I swear to God, you know how many waitresses I knew throughout my life, you know? And let me tell you, they would all tell me the same fucking thing. People here tip for shit. If they tip at all, it's fucking bullshit. Okay. And when there's big shows in town like the Hot Rods or the Train Show or these different shows that come here, and it's a lot of New Yorkers and stuff like that, they make 10 fucking times what they would on a regular shift. You know what I mean? Because people from other places have class. People from here don't. That's the funniest thing about how these fucking people talk about people from New York. It's like, you have no fucking idea. They seem mean to you. They got to be aggressive. It's New York. You can't be a fucking pussy in New York. You can't even park without having to get tough with somebody, for fucking Christ's sake, half the time. You know what I mean? Like, that's why they are the way they are. You have to be aggressive to survive in New York. Here, everybody has it so easy. They don't have to deal with anything like that. And they act like New Yorkers are scumbags. It's like they got more fucking class than any of you dumb hillbilly motherfuckers could ever imagine having. There's a different breed of people. There was a gas station in East York here. They don't do the pumping your gas. They don't do the full service here. You pump your own gas. But there was one gas station that I remember, there was 3 or 4, but there was one in particular. Throughout my time in this godforsaken fucking state, it had just opened up, and it was an Indian guy that owns it. Insert joke here, whatever. And I went there to get gas, and he pumped my gas, and I handed him like $3 after I paid him, and he was like, "I'm not going to do the accent stuff." He was basically like, "What's this?" And I said, "It's a tip." And he goes, No. He wouldn't take it. I was like, "I don't understand. You don't get tips. You pump people's gas. You don't get fucking tips." I made him take it, but it was weird because it wasn't like he didn't want it. Everybody wants money. It was that he don't get tips. He don't know. He's like, "What the fuck? You're overpaying me." No, I'm not. This is for you. William Struck, $9.99. Congrats, FBS. September is my sober anniversary. Life keeps getting better. That's fantastic, William. Congrats. And that's another thing. Congratulations to all you guys. Congratulations to all you guys. Who have any type of clean time. I don't care if it's 24 hours. They say that's the hardest anyway, the first 24 hours. But I commend you guys. I fucking have all the respect in the world for you. If you wake up one day, or you just get fed up at some point and say, "That's it. It's time to fucking turn my life around," and you do what it takes to actually make that happen, I give you props, because it's the easiest thing in the world to just stay in your addiction. It's the easiest thing in the world. And just be a bum or junkie, whatever comes along with it. We see people do it all the time. They've had people offer them help left and right. And it's like, they're so content being a nothing, being addicted, being hooked on this shit, whatever it is, whatever their drug of choice is, that they can't work up the nerve or the balls to say, "You know what? If I got to suffer for a week or two in worst pain that I could ever imagine, fine, because I get to live a pain-free life after that." Something like that. You know what I mean? They never, no matter how many teeth they lose, no matter how bad they begin to look, no matter how fucking skinny they get, no matter, how much they start to deteriorate physically and mentally, they just can't get to the point where they say, "Okay, it's time to turn my fucking life around. If not for me, then for the people that love me," because everybody has somebody who loves them. They can't do it. And listen, I'm not knocking people who are just stuck in their addiction. I'm talking about people. There's some people who are out there. They have nothing. They have nobody who's really trying to help them. I'm talking about people who get help offered constantly, and they have options. They have resources. They have money. They have rich family, all this shit. And they just say, "Nope." And I'll tell you, a lot of the reason is because being a drug addict is a good excuse for being a nothing in life. You could try to convince people all you want that if you were clean, you would be this, and that. But in reality, a lot of people are just saying that because they know goddamn well that they don't have confidence in themselves to really become any fucking thing. So instead of getting sober and clean and showing everybody, that they failed, which, by the way, if you get sober and clean, you've succeeded right there. You know what I mean? They just say, "Hey, as long as I stay a drug addict, nobody will ever know what I really could do if I was clean. And I could just use my drug addiction as an excuse to never grow the fuck up and help myself." It's really true. I see it all the time. Same, like I used to know kids that would just keep going to college. No bullshit. They'd fucking go 4 years of college, then they'd go for something else, or they'd go to get a master's degree or so. It was like, because when you're in college, you ain't got to do shit. You live with your parents, they pay for every fucking thing, or you live in a dorm, they pay for that. You don't have to really work. You don't have to, a lot of people anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you just keep putting off growing up. You just keep kicking the can down the road, so to speak. That's what a lot of people do. Thank you, War. Skin that smoke wagon. That was for me, Chris. Not sure if you will see this. Congrats again. Oh yeah, you're not blocked, bro. You're not blocked. And thank you, man. Thank you very, very much. That means a lot to me, bro. Especially since I know you were not a fan of mine in the beginning. Probably still aren't, but hey, you're here with me. Same to you, Common. Have a good time, bro. Do the accent. Yeah, I can't. I got in trouble for doing that once before. That's true. Thank you, Sven. Thank you. Thank you. War. So little suffering as opposed to staying where you are. There's no comparison. I'd endure the suffering to see a better day. Yeah. And I guess that's why I get mad at people, you know, because I'm a pretty good judge of character and I see things in people sometimes and I see what you could be, you know, but it's like, guys, you have to understand. I never had anybody offer me help. Never. And I'm not saying that you should need people to come to you and offer you, but you do. The bottom line is because your brain is not in that state of mind. Your brain doesn't want help. Your brain wants more of what you've been giving it. Your body wants more of what you've been giving it. You're not in your right mind to think all the time, you know, look at me. You don't even know. You're so lost in your addiction. You don't even see yourself for what you are. Look, we got people on here who are they look like full-blown AIDS patients and they talk down to people like they're up here and everybody else is down here. You think they're seeing themselves for what they are? No. If they were, no matter how, delusional they are, they'd still have to say, wow, look at me. Look what I've done to myself. But they don't. Their mind is clouded with all that shit they take. So they look in the mirror and they see some sort of winner. It's crazy. It's crazy. So sometimes you need somebody to come along and say, hey, I got you. I can help. All I needed was a guy from crisis intervention to say, I got you into this facility. Be there by this time. Boom. That was it. LOL, not a fan of one particular thing is all. It's not enough to not appreciate the entertainment or respect your sobriety accomplishment. And you're talking about politics, of course, and thank you, Skin That Smoke Wagon, because that's rare to find these days. I'm the same way. I don't care if you're a Trump supporter or whatever. You've been a good guy to me. So thank you for everything, brother. I never got it. It's really fucked up. Oh yeah, of course he is. I can never get into my whole life story for a lot of reasons. And I can't even get into certain things that have affected my life so greatly that if you knew the stories, it would bring you to tears. Okay. If one in particular, I can't tell you about certain things because it affects other people and other people are involved. But for a guy who always had people in his life, a girlfriend, I can't say parents, but a mother, a brother, lots of friends. I had a kid, but of course your kid is too young sometimes to even, I would never even let my daughter know that I was in that predicament. So she wouldn't even know to tell me to get help if she was a kid. You know what I'm saying? But even sometimes you have a girlfriend who you love so much and you think she loves you just as much. So that if you're out of control, she would definitely come to you and tell you you're out of control and you need help. Well, sometimes in life you find out that love was one-sided. The other person was just there for a specific reason or something, but not necessarily because they loved you the same way you loved them. I've never had anyone come to me ever and say, you need help, or I'm going to get you help, or this is going to happen. I never had anybody give me an ultimatum. People just let me do it. And my mom, I love her to death. But my mom's problem with me was my happiness was her number one priority. You know what I mean? That's why I always say me and my mom were best friends more than we were a mother and a son. So even my mom, you know, it was like, as long as you're happy, you know, I'm not saying with drug addiction and stuff, but of course, I never let her see quite how bad it was either. I'm just saying that, you know, when I was younger and stuff, uh, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not blaming her for anything. You know what I'm saying, though. For whatever reason, sometimes people don't, you know, give you a nice, swift kick in the ass like you need. And I was with a woman for years who I thought, you know, loved me to death, and she would never let me do this shit to myself. You know what I mean? She would give me an ultimatum someday or something, and uh, it never happened because in reality, I quite honestly, after the relationship ended, I started to realize that I'm pretty sure she secretly despised me the entire time anyway. A lot of people have been jealous of me in my life because of a lot of different things, especially during that, you know, 7-year period of having that DJ business. Um, and when people are jealous of you, they're only happy when you're suffering, even if they're supposed to love you. So I can honestly say I've never had somebody come to me and say, how can I help you? Or you need help, except before I had that seizure. The reason I had that seizure is my girlfriend at the time, who later became my daughter's mother. She had alcoholism in her family, I'll just say. Okay. And she came to me one day and said, that's it. I can't do this anymore. Either you quit drinking or I'm gone. And I said, oh, I ain't losing her. Fuck this. So I decided, I had a friend named Tim who doesn't drink or nothing. I said, I'm going to his house and I'm just going to sweat this out. Fuck this. I'm getting sober. And I went, because he didn't have alcohol or nothing. I knew I'd be safe. He wouldn't let me go nowhere to get alcohol, nothing. So I forced myself, you know, and I went there and oh my God, when I tell you the most horrendous 12 hours of my life, I'm talking about he would give me a styrofoam cup with a lid on it and I'd be shaking so bad the lid would pop off and the water would just go everywhere. I couldn't even get water down. I was like this. Fucking unbelievable. The heaving and the fucking vomiting and dry heaving because there's nothing in your stomach and oh my God, it's excruciating pain and suffering. And then I had that seizure, you know, and that's why I had the seizure because I wasn't going to lose my girlfriend at the time. And I said, I'll get clean no matter what that entails, no matter what comes along with it. And I'll tell you how funny life is. I had that seizure. I was in critical condition for 12 days, cardiac intensive care. Or wait, no, 12 days was in 2014. I forget, 9 days, 10 days, whatever it was. They induced a coma for 7 days of it. I told you about that. I don't even remember the exact time anymore. I got to find my medical shit, my paperwork. But I was in there and I got out. They insisted before I left the hospital that I get myself into some sort of inpatient rehab, and I refused. But I said I'll do outpatient. So I got into outpatient. I took it seriously. I did the work. I got myself nice and sober. I was doing good again. I got a job. I was doing great. Within like 3 months, she broke up with me. Swear to God. And when I look back on it and I realized how she had changed over time, I realized that before I got sober, she fucking adored me. I mean, she used to just write me letters like 2-3 times a week. She's one of those people that she didn't like saying things verbally. She'd rather put it on paper and just emotional stuff, you know? And oh my God, there was no wrong I could do. Woman fucking absolutely adored me. I mean, everything. She was with me all the fucking time. She always wanted to be around me when I was at my worst. And then she did give me that ultimatum. She told me I needed to quit drinking and I quit. And then as I got better, I started to see her change and drift away. And I said, wow. Well, why is this? Why is this? And I listen, I just put two and two together and I realized that some people have been used to a certain thing their whole lives. And even if they think they don't want it around them anymore, in reality, they need it around them. And the worst thing you could do sometimes is better yourself when you're with somebody like this, you know, for a lot of reasons. Jealousy, they don't want you to be doing better than them. Also, you know, when you're an alcoholic, you're dependent on them. You know what I mean? Like you ain't going nowhere. They ain't got to worry about anybody snatching you away. You're a fucking mess. You know what I mean? You need them just to be with you and hold your head while you're fucking throwing up all night and every fucking thing else. And some people, when they were around alcoholism their whole fucking lives, they don't uh they don't know how to live without it. And they just go from one alcoholic to the next alcoholic to the next alcoholic to the next alcoholic, you know? And that's what I saw. And eventually we got back together and all that. But, you know, point is, it was the first time in my life I really experienced somebody starting to resent me based on me bettering myself and trying to, you know, succeed in life. You know what I mean? Like that's why I know about jealousy. And I talked to you guys about how people resent me the way they do for one reason and one reason only. Mainly, there are some others, but the main one is money. You know, anytime you're doing better than somebody, they hate you. I told you that the wisest thing John Gotti ever said is, you know, when Mary loves Jane, or Mary likes Jane when Jane has cancer. You know, that's true. Because even your so-called friends, they really don't want to see you do well, at least not better than them. So they love you to death when you're dying or when you're miserable or when you're down in the dumps or you're losing everything. But once you pick yourself up again, they don't know how to handle it. You know, not everybody. True friends will never be like that, but most people aren't true friends. Most lovers aren't real lovers. They don't love you. They don't care as much about you as you might think they do. It's the way it is. You know, people will always disappoint you in life. So I got to experience this shit very early on, you know, but that was it. Other than that time, this person told me I had to get, you know, quit drinking or else. That was the only time. Nobody ever came to me and offered me help. And I guarantee you, because I know me, you got to understand, I always want to be doing well. Always. I'm not comfortable in addiction. I never was. So if anybody came to me and said, listen, I have the answers. I got this facility. I can get you in there. You need a ride. I'll give you a ride. You need some money while you're in there to get some shit for yourself. I'll fucking help you. Anything. I never had that offered. So when I see another person or other people that have every fucking advantage and everybody is telling them, they have true friends who are saying, listen, I just want you to get better, and I will do whatever it takes. If I have to drive across 5 states to come get you and take you to rehab, I'll do it. If you need some money, I'll give you some money. I just want to see you get better. And they turn it down time and time again. There's no more excuses. It's not the addiction talking. That's the real person talking. The real person is telling you that they're not suffering from addiction. They're enjoying it. Okay? And they have no desire to get better. So yes, do I get very frustrated and pissed off at people like that? Do I even look down on them to some extent? Yes. Yes. Yeah. Because it's not about you not being able to get better. It's about you not wanting to get better. And I can't respect that. So, you know, that's the way I see things. You know, I mean, if I would have had somebody come to me in 2006 or in 2013 or in 2014, say, hey, listen, man, I did some research and I think I can, you know, get you some help today, right? I at least can help you get into a place, or I'll be there for you no matter what, you know, if you go to rehab or if you know, whatever. Some other people, man, they have these fucking solutions handed to them, but they just slap them away. They don't really want to get better. So you got to be careful who you're around in life, I'm telling you, because most people want the worst for you. It's the truth. And sometimes for themselves as well. Uh, Oh, that's okay. Go right ahead. No problem. Jane Creek, member for 14 months. Congratulations on 6 years clean and sober, FBS. Thank you, Jane Creek, and thank you for being a member for so long. Yes, bro, once in a lifetime truly does come only once in a lifetime. When those opportunities come along, you have to take them. Yeah. I told you guys, one of the things that makes me the saddest, man, is the fact that, in 2013 or something, 2012, 2013, I woke up one day and I was sick, and I called crisis intervention and I said, I need to get into a place today because tomorrow will be too late. And they told me they have me a place and they're going to get a van to come pick me up. I was so excited. I called my mom. I called my daughter. I told people, I'm going to be going away for a while. And I had a friend across the street that was going to look after my apartment. I was going to give him money to pay shit while I was gone, my rent and everything. And then he calls me back and he tells me, oh, sorry, I can't get you into that facility. I said, why? Oh, because when you were 18, you were diagnosed as bipolar. And because of that, you can only go into a dual treatment facility or dual diagnosis facility. And we don't have a bed in any of them right now. And that was it, man. I would have gotten clean that day. Instead, it took 6 more years. And I can't even tell you the damage and destruction that was caused in that 6 years. I really can't. I mean, unbelievable. So it just breaks my heart that's the stupid rules they have. That's why nobody wants to help you. They don't care. Nobody cares, And the funny part is I was never bipolar. When I was young, they used to call it manic depression. Okay, that was bipolar back then. You were manic depressive. And all that meant was you had serious highs and serious lows. That was it. And I was always a motherfucker with mood swings because that's in my blood. It's how my dad was. It's how my grandfather was. That's how everybody was. So because I had mood swings, they labeled me as bipolar. I later on went to jail and I was seeing like a psychiatrist all the time and there, a psychologist, whatever he was. And I told him about that diagnosis and he laughed. He said, you were in no way, shape or form bipolar. You know what I mean? And not at all. It's not what you are. And later on, once I started to realize what bipolar really is, I was like, no, thank fucking the flying spaghetti monster, I'm not. So that bullshit diagnosis I was handed at 18 wound up basically destroying my life, 16 years later, 15 or 14 years later, whatever it was. So it's the system, Yeah, that's right, War. Pizza just got off all depressed because he's not getting donations. He said he has to do a prayer session for himself. I love it. Oh, man, he's going back to the religion thing? Wow, he's really desperate, ain't he? Holy fuck. That's funny. That's funny. A person's recovery is hard on a codependent partner. Yeah, it is. I understand that to some extent, but, with this certain person, I saw exactly what was going on. I should have kept that in mind. Let's just say that in the future, but I didn't. I was a heroin addict and I thought I went through hell detoxing in prison, but I didn't have it as bad as the dudes detoxing from alcohol. Oh, no, Jamie P., I'm surprised to hear you say that because a lot of people won't admit that. Yeah, man. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've seen people go through heroin withdrawal. Watch the Basketball Diaries if you want to see how fucking bad it is. Watch that shit. I mean, oh my God, they suffer. I mean, agony, the worst agony you can imagine. It's like worst, like it's always been described to me also as like having like the worst flu you can imagine times 1,000. Like you're sick in every way. You're in pain. And they go through hell, but they don't die. Has it happened? Maybe, but they generally don't die. Alcohol withdrawal, you will die. It's not a question of you might die. If you're severely addicted enough, and you quit cold turkey or you try to detox yourself without any type of medical help or treatment, you will die. You'll at the very least have a massive heart attack or a stroke and you'll die. You can't survive it. You can't. That's why I always knew how much trouble I was in when I started to suffer from, little bits of withdrawal, like shaking and stuff like that, like smaller symptoms. I was like, oh God, there's no way out of this now. This is not going to end until I medically detox. And who knows what it's going to take me to do that. And when I say severe alcoholism, because listen, If you could drink a case of beer a day for 25 years and you'll probably never go through severe withdrawal. It just beer ain't going to do it. Beer is bullshit. It's you're pissing it out as you're drinking it. It's never really going to get you to that point. I'm talking about hard liquor alcoholics who don't take breaks, who drink all day every day. You cannot survive that withdrawal. It's impossible. You got to go to a hospital or something. They'll give you Valium. They'll give you Librium, stuff like that. And they'll get, they'll make you comfortable while you go through it. They'll keep your heart rate under control. They'll make sure you don't drop fucking dead. But you can't do that by yourself. That was my problem. When she gave me that ultimatum, I said, oh, I could do that. All I got to do is quit. I didn't know. Like a lot of people to this day don't know that alcohol withdrawal will kill. You can't do that. You can't. It's not like cigarettes. You can't quit cold turkey when you're drinking a half a gallon of vodka a day for a year. You can't. I just didn't know. I found out, though. I found out the hard way. Yeah, that's crazy, Jamie. Nobody cares. Such a true statement. No. Isn't that what Robert De Niro said in A Bronx Tale? Or I'm sorry, Chaz Palminteri, Sonny? Nobody cares. It's true. FBS, I'll tell you what's behind bipolar thing. It's crazy. Next time, let me on. Oh, I will whenever you want, bro. Which movie? I don't even remember what I said. That is true, FBS. The FBI agents that had Pizza's RV bug told me that he's addicted to wiener. We have tried to intervene, and he just can't put the wiener down. Did you try to wean him off? Sorry. Alcohol is totally different, yeah. Kevin Nash, the wrestler's young son, died from alcohol withdrawal without medical help. Yeah, it's scary, man. And it's not an easy death. You ain't going to die in your sleep, most likely. I mean, it's going to be a long period of wishing you were dead. When I say long period, I'm talking about, not days, not weeks, hours, but that's long enough when you're in that kind of fucking pain and suffering. I mean, it's fucking brutal, man. I like to say I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, but I definitely would. I just wouldn't wish it on anybody I love or like even. My father's father died from alcohol. When I asked him, I don't know what actually happened, but all they say is he died of alcohol. It was probably the withdrawal and not the alcohol itself. Librium's amazing, man. Oh, basketball. Oh, man, fucking movie's phenomenal. And now you can't even find it. No platform will stream it because of the trench coat mafia thing. I don't know if you guys know that. You got to go on Amazon basically and buy like a bootleg of it, which is, they sell bootlegs on Amazon. I bought several of them. You won't know they're a bootleg till they arrive at your door, and you'll see. But you can't. I had to buy it just to show it to Shanna. I wanted her to see it so bad. But Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hulu, Tubi, I don't give a fuck what it is. They will not stream it because at one scene, he walks into his Catholic school classroom in a black leather trench coat, and he's got a sawed-off shotgun, and he starts shooting motherfuckers. Plus, there's some gay sex in it, and there's some, and I don't mean like, I'm talking about like Leonardo DiCaprio is a junkie, and he's so desperate that he lets guys blow him in a, subway bathroom or something, for fucking $10, whatever it is, stuff like that. And I think there might be some racial language used. There's a lot of things that just make it, we're not allowed to watch that anymore, even as adults, fucking ridiculous. And that was before the Columbine thing too. That's why I always wonder if the Columbine kids got that idea from that movie, that whole black trench coat thing and shooting up the classroom and shit. The inches comment. Damn, so they're taking the cock size down. That's how they're weaning them off of cock, huh? Wiener? Interesting. I never heard of that method before. Can you die from cock withdrawal? Somebody asked Tony Pizza. Basketball Diaries on the Film Plus. What is that? Is that like a streaming platform? Oh, shit. I don't know. Great fucking movie. If you guys haven't seen that movie, you ain't got to be into the uh, topic of addiction or recovery. It's just it's one of the greatest movies I've ever fucking seen in my life. Lorraine Bracco is in it, and I mean the acting is fucking out of this world. And seeing her suffer as his Leonardo DiCaprio's mother through his addiction, and watching him go through the withdrawal, and him screaming at her and begging and for and demanding money, and I mean it just, oh my god, fucking phenomenal. That's true, John. He does. He does. Like what's eating Gilbert Grape like that. He looked that young. They gave the smackheads a few painkillers, but I think they had to give the alcoholics Librium. Oh yeah, Librium is oh, I didn't know about that, Jason. Librium is a miracle drug. I mean, you could be in full-blown withdrawal and they give you a Librium and you just, it's like, wow, man, this feels good. It's like I always compare it to like methadone for heroin addicts. The thing is, though, you know, you get Librium for 3 days tops. They are not giving you Librium for more than, well, at least not to take with you. I think when I was in Clarity Way, they kept me on Librium for like 6 days, but that's about it. You know, it's not like methadone where you get to take it for the rest of your life. You don't have to feel nothing anymore. Librium is a temporary thing. It makes you comfortable. It takes the pain and suffering away. It takes, you know, it's like it replaces the alcohol. So it takes the withdrawal away. It's amazing. I remember the first time they gave me that shit in 2007 when I left the psych ward. I went to Wildwood. I got an oceanfront suite in Montego Bay, North Wildwood. And I spent the day doing whatever. And later on that night, I went in my room and I took one because it was a suite that had separate bedroom and shit. I went in the bedroom and I took one and I remember laying down and I was like, before that, I was starting to feel withdrawal again, you know, and I was like, oh my God. Oh, this is fucking amazing. I went to sleep and I woke up and I was like, I feel like $1 million. And I took one that night, took one the next night. Then I called my mom in PA. I was still in Wildwood. I was like, Mom, do me a favor, call the fucking doctor and see if you can get me more of that Librium. And she called the doctor and called me back. And she was like, he said, hell no. He said, tell him to take Benadryl. It has the same properties. Tell him to take a bunch of Benadryl. I don't think that's going to do the same thing. But I had already been pretty much fully detoxed when I got out of the psych ward. I was there for 7 days. When I went to Wildwood, I was just having the shakes will last forever. The shakes will last. I still get the shakes sometimes. It took me my first time probably 7 or 8 months before I could actually write something on a piece of paper because the shakes were so bad. And that time, I mean, you know, even after being fully detoxed, the shakes last for months. Your hands are like this. And you'll still get the sweats sometimes and all kinds of weird mental shit going on. So I was good the whole day. And then I took that, I was able to function that whole day, but I was still uncomfortable. And I took that Librium and I was like, wow, man, this is fucking just like alcohol in a fucking pill. I told you guys, I went to this liquor store in Wildwood. It's a big one. Some of you guys probably know the name off the top of your head. I don't remember it. Wildwood Liquors, I don't know what it was called. And I sat in the parking lot for a while and decide, do I want to drink? And I went in and I got a bottle of Bacardi. I put it in my trunk. I went back to the hotel. I never drank it. And a few months later, I went to a party with a chick named Stacy. Not it was a company party. It wasn't like a party because I still worked, you know, catering company. And I fucking she wanted to drink or whatever. So I gave it to her. I went out in the trunk and got it for her and gave it to her. Never drank it. But I think when I got home from Wildwood, and within maybe a few weeks of being out of the psych ward, I started doing coke again. You know what I mean? I told you when the cops came and locked me in the psych ward that night, when they came to arrest me at the hotel, I had 18 grams of coke. And I had my friend go up. I had 2 guns, 18 grams of coke, a bunch of stuff in my room. And luckily the cops never went into the room. I got them to give my friend the key. So he went in there and he got all my shit. When I got home from Wildwood, I got that coke back. And I held on to it for a while. I was selling it, you know. And I was selling coke and I wasn't using it. But after a few weeks, I was like, fuck this. And I was actually doing Coke without drinking, which was very odd for me. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Second to last scene, maybe. Yeah, that's just heart wrenching. Like, oh my god. Oh, really? Oh, Torrance. Yeah, yeah. Watch it. If you never saw Jane Creek, watch that shit. Seriously. Oh, is that right? Bro, let me tell you, that shit is so controlled, Sal. I could make a call right now and probably get a Ziploc bag full of Xanax or Xanny bars or fucking Klonopin or Ativan. No problem. I was always able to get it. It was just a phone call away. I have never, 25 years in the streets, I never saw Librium being sold. Never. You can't get it. If you don't get that shit from the pharmacy, you are not getting it. So let me just tell you now, if any of you are into this shit and somebody tells you they got Librium for sale, don't take it because it's fentanyl and you're going to fucking die because there is no such thing as Librium on the streets. Again, there's a very good reason. The most they'll let you leave with and the most they'll give you a prescription for is 3 days and you are sick. You need it. There's no like, oh, I'm going to sell my 3 days worth of Librium. No, not unless you go right back to drinking. You're not going to be able to do that. So it's just not out there. It is a benzo, yeah. It's a true story about Jim Carroll's life. He was a poet, musician, chronicles his life from his diaries when he was 12 to 15 years old. It's an amazing movie about these kids, you know, Mark Wahlberg, Leonardo DiCaprio, Michael Imperioli's even in it. He has cancer in the movie. But they're all young, you know, and they fucking grow up in Manhattan. They're basketball players and, you know, they dabble in drugs until finally, you know, they try heroin. And then it's just sad endings for all of them. I'll just say that. Yep, Jamie P. That makes sense, Jamie. Not here in the States, though. I've never seen it outside rehab or psych unit. Oh, they got it in the UK? Oh, shit. Yeah, not here, man. They're mixing Trank in now. I know, bro. It's sad, the shit that's going on. I hear stories, man, and it's like, wow. Well, I guess I think it's fair to say I could have considered this the addiction or recovery show for the day, right? I mean, it would be ridiculous to do another one now. So, doesn't mean that if I do another show, I won't talk about my sobriety. I probably will. Yeah, I know. It's crazy, Bobby. Believe it or not, I never watched Requiem for a Dream. I watched the first 5 minutes and that's it. Kids was a good movie. Kids was good. And the kid killed himself. So Casper, the real guy in real life. Yeah, that was a good movie. That's a classic. Somebody sent me, who sent that to me? Was that you, Baller? Or maybe Armand? I think it was Armand. Sent me a thing. They did like this documentary about kids, about the movie. I never went back and watched it, but I got to watch the full thing. All right, so let me see. Just want to make sure I didn't miss anybody here with donations. Oh, for the yeah, I'd say probably tomorrow if that's okay. What the fuck? Hold on. What, do I have something else? Hold on, guys. Oh. It's like I missed the PayPal, maybe? No. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think I got all the donations. I want to thank you guys. I really do appreciate that. It is going to be a great day. It is going to be a great day. I'm looking forward to it. My Shan will be home in a few hours, and who knows what we'll do. I would like to go out and celebrate somehow, but I don't know how. I don't know. How do I celebrate? I don't know. What should I do? How do I celebrate this day? How do you celebrate a sober anniversary? How do you do it? I could go get a tattoo. I'm not going to do that, though. What can I do? What about him? I interviewed him. I never saw that, bro. What's that, Bobby? I never trusted those torrents, though, bro. That should give you the AIDS virus on your computer or something. Not Casper. Not Casper, I don't think. You're talking about the skinny kid? He used to get high with bubbles. Yeah. No, not, yeah. I know who you're talking about. But Casper is he's dead. By living your best life. Yeah, you're probably right. That would be the way to do it. It's all good, Jamie P. It's a good pun, by the way. Celebrate with a family dinner. Maybe I'll do that. Do a shot of soda and a tall glass of water. How about a shot of water and a tall glass of soda? Tattoo, Sally? I don't know. My tattoo guy wound up to be a real fucking flake. I was going to get a bunch of tattoos, but I don't know what his fucking problem is. I might see him at the skate park today. He's a weird guy, and I think I'm done with him. So now I got to fucking find another tattoo guy, which takes me years because I won't just go to anybody. Look, I want everybody to see that. Yeah, not Casper FBS Telly. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Not Lilo, little kid. Oh, which one was that? Was that Bobby Borriello or no? Who played the little kid? The little Cologio. I'm pretty sure I interviewed him. Who's that? Oh, BB, I found it on Amazon. I found it on Amazon. And yesterday I said to Sean, I said, baby, I got this shirt. This because every year I buy one of these. You've seen the other ones. I said, baby, I got this shirt. It says 6 years and it says all the months and the minutes and the days. And she goes, really? What color is it? I was like, oh shit, baby, did you get me the same shirt? I'm so sorry. She's like, what color is it? I said, black. She was like, yeah, this one's gray. I was like, I'll take gray too. That's cool. I love my wife. My daughter's friend is a tattoo artist. Is that right? Oh, that dude. Yeah. No, he's not a gangbanger. He's a fucking. I know who you're talking about. He looks like one. He's got the tattoos and shit. He's bald. I don't think he actually is a gangbanger. I tried to get a hold of him, and he didn't get back to me. I tried to get a hold of him on Instagram or something to interview him. Yeah, I don't think he's actually in a gang. He made himself look like a cholo. You know what I mean? Like a Mexican gang member. That's what. Who played Cologida as a kid in A Bronx Tale? Francis Capra. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen this dude. Hold on. Yeah, I hit him up probably a few years ago when I was interviewing all the guys from A Bronx Tale. Yeah, I think he tries to be a model or something too. Francis Cordero Capra is an American actor. He has played the roles of Max Connor in Kazam and Eli Weevil, Navarro, in the TV series Veronica Mars. He's from the Bronx. Personal life. Let me see. Oh, it just says he attended Our Lady of Assumption Catholic School. But yeah, no, I see why people get that impression. I'll show you guys what he looks like. That's the guy that played Little Cologida in A Bronx Tale. But I don't think he's actually involved in any of that. Yeah, he does. He does. No, not Little Cologida. No. Anyway, guys, listen. I think that's it, man. I'm gonna wrap it up because today should be my last day of skating for a while because nobody's going to be skating in the 90s when it's in the 90s, especially me. It's going to be 92, 94, 95 over the next few days. I can't. I'm not even going to risk it. So today should be my last day of skating. And to tell you the truth, today is probably too hot to skate. But I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to meet Jake and Andrew out there and do what I can do. So thank you, Jamie P. Thank you all for being here with me. And thank you for all the kind words and the congratulations and everything. It means a lot to me. It means more than you could ever imagine because I never thought I'd be in this position. Mine says an hour 54 minutes 26 seconds. So and same to you, man. Heat. Let me get going, guys, and I'll try to come back on later. If you got some good shit, send it to me. Some funny shit we could talk about later. You know, if Tony does anything retarded or anything, which I'm sure he will, hit me up. Send it to me. Oh, that's fucking absurd, Philly Bob. There's no way. I'll fucking die. You know how physically exerting a skateboarding is? It's insane. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I'll see you later. Thank you for being here with me and listening to my bullshit about my recovery and my 6 years clean and sober. It means more to me than you can ever know. I love you all. And until next time. Oh, and thank you, everybody who donated. You guys are the best. Salute.